Shabbat Shalom, friends. It is so good to see you virtually. This is a Shabbat that we need, time of calm, time of peace, time to look inside of ourselves. And Shabbat comes every week. Sometimes we need it more, sometimes we need it less. I think now we need it a little more. And so we're here to give you that feeling of Shabbat, that feeling of inner peace, so that we can all move calmly, serenely, and with deeper perspective and knowledge into the week ahead. We'll begin our Shabbat service with the singing of Shalom Aleichem, asking the feeling of Shalom to descend on all of us at this moment. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharim, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Tzedchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Many times over the years, I've visited the land of Israel and the city of Sfat and gone to this wonderful little shul, this wonderful little synagogue in Sfat where the song Lecha Dodi was born. It comes to us from the tradition of the Kabbalists to welcome the Sabbath and welcome it with joy. And so we sing Lecha Dodi, the song that they sang, and passed on to all of us all around the world to welcome each Sabbath with joy and love and peace in our hearts.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor v'diburecha, Ishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemu tiferet v'nitzchila la la lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Boi v'shalom aterepala, gam v'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, la 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 lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela, lecha lecha dodi. Likrat likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela la la lecha lecha dodi, likra likra kala, bene bene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likra likra kala, bene bene Shabbat nikabela.
We call it the watchword of our faith, not because Judaism is a religion of dogma, but because it is a religion of unity, of humanity, of connection. And so when we say the Shema, we're not making a statement about a number. We're making a statement about connection and about the universe and about what links us to one another. And that's our spirits, our souls, what God implanted within each of us. So together, let us proclaim the eternal watchword of our faith.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam
The Micha Mocha comes from the Torah, as does the Shema we just sang, which makes those prayers among the very oldest ones in our tradition, the bedrock of our faith. And so the Micha Mocha reminds us that God makes miracles, large and small. Mostly in the modern world, we think about the small miracles of the everyday, the beauty that surrounds us on a perfect spring day. And so we thank God for all of the beauty, all of the miracles in our midst with Micha Mocha.
Micha Mocha, who is like God? Micha Mocha, Boilim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Micha Mocha, Boilim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Nora Tehilon, Oseh Pele. Nora Tehilon, Oseh Pele. Adonai Loch Leolam Boe. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la.
There are songs we sing aloud, and there are songs that we let play within our souls. Let's take a few moments now to sit with ourselves, to listen not only up to the sounds outside, but to the voices and the feelings and the inspirations inside of ourselves. And take a few moments for silent prayer and reflection.
So often, when we speak about matters of social justice or just about the struggles of everyday life, we
try our best to search our hearts for the right words. And for those of us who have been feeling that process within our own hearts, perhaps it is some comfort that there is a prayer in our tradition that speaks of our desire to have words of intention, to find those right words, the ones that will help us create more peace and harmony in the world. And that prayer is Yihiyu Liratzon. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to all those in our community and, of course, to the divine. So we pray. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri megoali yehiyu leratzon imrefi Megion libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri megoali
I haven't played poker in a long time, but back in the day, I used to have a few guys that I would get together with every now and then and have a night of poker for nickels and dimes. You know, if the pot got to be a couple of dollars, it was a big deal already. But I do remember one night specifically when one of the guys, I was up a couple of dollars and he said, I don't like playing poker with you. You have too much faith. And what he meant was not that God was on my side and that's why I was winning hands of poker, but rather that I actually had faith that if I threw 3 cards in, I would get 3 better cards back, right? That whatever was in my hand would be a good hand and worth winning. And I think in a way he was right. It's true that it's the way I looked at the game and perhaps the way I look at the world, that, faith is a lens through which we look at the world. And so I can't say it always works, but usually in those poker games, I would come out ahead. In the beginning of the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel has the vision of God's chariot. It's one of the most famous sections of the Bible. And it says, the heavens opened and I saw visions of God. And the commentators point out that in the Hebrew, if you look at that 5-word phrase in Hebrew, it spells out the word emunah, which is the Hebrew word for faith. So with faith, we can see, like Ezekiel saw, the presence of God. This week's Torah portion, Shalach Lecha, has a similar kind of thing. This is the story where Moses sends out 12 meraglim. It's sometimes translated as spies and sometimes scouts. It's interesting, the word itself comes from the root regel, which means leg. So they're walkers, right? People who go out and walk into the promised land to scout it out for the children of Israel. And they come back, and you probably know how this story goes, but there are 12 of these meraglim, one representing each of the 12 tribes, and 10 of them come back with bad reports, with scary reports of what's going on in the world. And there are 2 others, Caleb and Joshua, who come back and say, it's a beautiful land and it's ours if we would go in. So is it that some of those meraglim are lying? and others are telling the truth. No, that's not how our ancestors understood it. All the Meraglim, all of the walkers, all of them are telling the truth. But two of them, Caleb and Joshua, see it through that lens of faith. They see it differently than the others because of that lens, which colors their perception of the world. And I would suggest to you that seeing the world through that kind of lens can be very helpful to us in times of difficulty, rather than seeing the world's shortcomings as shortcomings of God, things that are visited upon us in a negative way. Faith lets us see them as opportunities to do tikkun olam, to make the world a better place, to make the world whole. God knows it can be hard to be optimistic as we deal with multiple crises at once. But in each of them, in each of those crises, is an opportunity to be meraglim, to be walkers, sometimes quite literally going out and walking in demonstrations and things like that, sometimes more figuratively to scout out what needs to be done to make the world, to make our nation, to make our community better. So if we can look through that lens of faith and see each challenge as the opportunity to do some good in the world. So faith allows us to say, not that God has let us down or that God has visited something upon us, but rather that God is with us, a partner with whom we work to make the world a better place. Can you hear Ratzon? May this be God's will. Amen. We'll turn to healing prayer, the Mishaberach. We're thinking about healing communities all across our nation. We're thinking about healing people who are ill and in need, people who are dealing with physical illness, but also dealing with emotional and spiritual crises. We pray that God remember them all, those whose names we don't know and those whose names we don't know, those who are near and those far away, all those in need of healing. May God remember them after the Shabbat and bring them refuah shlema, a recovery of mind, body, and spirit. As we sing Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor Amracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor Amracha Le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
There are those whom we think about at this moment, whom we are observing a yortzeit for. Maybe they died a long time ago, maybe they died just a year ago, and maybe we're thinking about those who died just a few days ago. They're in our hearts, they're in our souls, and the way we remember them, the way we honor them, the way we lift ourselves up and remember, it's by saying the words of the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divra Hirute V'amlich Malchute V'chayechon V'yomechon Uchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'galah Ubizman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mivorach Leolam Ulome Omaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudisha Barichu La'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nechemata Damiran B'alma V'yimru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. May God, the source of peace, send peace to all of us who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us all say, Amen.
We got a closing song, Jay?
We sure do. I hope everyone is spending time outside. It's a beautiful day out, and it is Shabbat, so we can sing Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
What wonderful opportunity it is to see the beauty in God's creation on a day like today. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Shabbat Shalom.